Hi everyone, welcome back to another What's for Dinner. I'm Catherine with Catherine's Plates, where I like to cook for you, do grocery hauls, what's for dinners, and desserts. So if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below with the bell notification and you'll always know when my shows are posted. Okay y'all, I have 3 really good and delicious meals for you from this past week. We've had such a busy week with birthdays and back to school events that I can only give you 3 this week, but we're going to be back on track next week. So let's get started. We're going to start with a pizza. Alright, so welcome to another What's for Dinner. Tonight we are making French bread pizzas. I've got this nice loaf of French bread here that was freshly baked in the store. This came from Walmart. I'm going to put some peppers, onions, I'm going to dice them up and I'm going to saute them down just a little bit. Got some butter and garlic and I'm going to show you what's going to happen with that. Got a jar of ragu pizza sauce, homemade style. I've got some packages of mozzarella shreds, and I've got some Jimmy Dean regular sausage that I'm going to cook up and put on the pizzas also. Alright, and then I'm probably going to throw some olives on there. I'm going to dig out a can of olives, and then we're going to be good to go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start by getting our peppers and onions ready, browning up our sausage, and getting our bread ready. It's all going to happen pretty quickly. Right, I'm going to start preparing my vegetables. Now I'm using a green bell pepper and a yellow pepper, and I'm going to be using a red onion too. So I'm just going to be slicing these up and dicing them and preparing them to be sauteed. Now you can use any vegetables you would like. Alright, I'm adding some oil and some butter to a pan here. Melt that down, and then I'm going to add my peppers and onions and saute those up. Now I'm going to start getting my bread ready to go into the oven for just 5 minutes on 400 degrees just to kind of toast it up. So I've got a French loaf here, and a French Italian loaf, and I'm just going to cut it all the way down to the other end and then cut those in half. And then what I'm going to do is pull out the insides a little bit and use that for breadcrumbs for something else later on. This will hold as a little gully for all of our good yummy stuff in there. Alright, I'm just melting some butter and garlic and I'm going to put it on the bread, and then it's going to go in the oven for 5 minutes just to kind of crisp up. Alright, I got about 1 pound of my sausage here that I am browning up using my meat chopper here and cooking it with my vegetables. My bread is coming out of the oven. Oh, and look at how crisp that looks. Yes, you don't have to do this stage. I just like to do it. Give it a nice crunch. Alright, I'm going to add some pizza sauce to my bread here. You can add as little or as much as you want. And then I'm going to add my cheese. I did not like this brand of cheese, the Velveeta mozzarella. I did not like it at all. No, I want to go back to my Kirkland brand or the Kraft brand. Alright, I'm slicing up some olives because I like it on my pizza, and so does my husband. I'm going to keep it off the middle one because my daughter doesn't like olives. Alright, we're going to go ahead now and add our meat mixture that we got going on here, the sausage and the peppers and onions that we cooked down. And then what I'm going to do is just add a little more cheese to the top here, and then we're going to bake it in the oven until it's nice golden bubbly brown. Alright, that's what's for dinner. French bread pizza and a nice side salad of lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, and some dressing. Alright, what is for dinner tonight? I am going to be making some mini meatloaves. I'm going to be using 5 ingredients, and it's going to consist of some stuffing mix right here, and I'm using the cornbread variety. We're going to have some water, some ground beef, about 1 pound I've got there, some ketchup, and eggs. Now to go with our meatloaf tonight, I'm going to be making like mini meatloaves anyway, so I'm going to be using these cute little pans right here. There's like 4 of them right here, and I'm going to put them in these pans here. I got these from my brother and his family, so I'm doing a shout out to Donald, Donna, and Elliot for giving me these for my birthday this past week, so I'm looking forward to using these. Now with the meatloaf, I'm going to be making some of this rice pilaf that I picked up from Aldi. And then we're going to be making some vegetables, and I'm just going to kind of like steam these up. These are organic baby broccoli, and then we got some baby cauliflower. And these both came from Trader Joe's. And the baby cauliflower, there we go, that's what it looks like right there. Looks really good. Alright y'all, I'm going to get started by preheating my oven to 350 degrees, mixing up my meatloaf, preparing all of those. While those go in the oven, then I'm going to prepare my vegetables and then make the rice. So this is going to be a quick dinner tonight. Alright, so now I'm going to put these in my preheated oven at 350 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes, and I'm going to give them a check because these are really small. So if you're using a big pan for the meatloaf, then you would probably put it in for about 45 minutes to an hour depending. Right, I'm going to go ahead now and put ketchup on top of my meatloaves here and just kind of slather it all over the tops. Alright, while my meatloaves are cooking, I'm going to go ahead now and prepare my broccoli, my baby cauliflower for steaming. Now I'm just cutting these lengthwise because these are long stalks for both of these. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of rinse these off. I'm going to place these into just a medium saucepan here. I'm going to add some chicken broth to it. Now you don't see it, but I did put some salt and butter in it also. Alright, so I'm just following the directions on the back of my box of rice pilaf, and I'm going to go ahead and get that started and then just complete the steps to make it. Alright, my meatloaves are out of the oven. I did check them for internal temperature to make sure that they're all ready to come out. And there they are. Look how cute those look. Alright, I'm going to line up on my plate my broccoli and my baby cauliflower. My rice pilaf and my meatloaf out of one of the tins there. That's what is for dinner tonight. All right, what is for dinner tonight? I am making Philly cheesesteak and Sloppy Joe's mashup. Here it all is, right here. You're gonna need some ground beef, provolone cheese, some salt, some pepper, some beef broth. Got some ketchup here, Worcestershire sauce here. We're gonna dice up some pepper and onion. We've got some butter. Buns, gotta have the buns, right? And then I've got some cornstarch here as a thickener. All right, so I'm going to start cutting up my bell pepper here. What I'm gonna do is just chop it up into dice-sized pieces. I'm gonna go ahead now and do that with one onion. Now I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of butter to my pan here on medium-high heat. And then this is where we're going to saute our veggies. I'm going to season with some salt and pepper. Alright, I'm going to go ahead now and add my ground beef. I've got about 1 pound here that I'm going to put in. And then I'm going to break it up with my meat chopper here. Now this time I'm flattening down my ground beef and then giving it about 1 minute to cook. What I'm trying to do is just get some brown bits on the bottom of it, kind of like a hamburger, kind of reminiscent of a Philly cheesesteak with those nice brown bits. Alright, so I've flipped it all over and I'm going to do that to the other side here. Now I'm going to be making a nice slurry to help thicken things up and add some flavor to. So I've got 1 can of beef broth and some cornstarch here that I am going to whisk together. I'm going to add this to my meat mixture now that I have broken up into pieces now. I'm going to add some Worcestershire. This is to flavor, whatever your taste is. I'm also going to add some ketchup. Alright, I'm going to give this a nice mix here. We're going to want this to kind of thicken up. Alright, I'm cutting some buns. I'm adding some butter onto each of the buns here. I'm going to lay these on a hot skillet to get nice and toasty. Alright, I'm going to take my slices of provolone cheese and just cover all of the Philly cheesesteak Sloppy Joe mixture and let that melt right onto there. And there we go. I'm going to pull off a nice serving there and put it on my nice toasty bun. Look at that cheese pull right there. Alright everyone, that is what's for dinner, my Philly cheesesteak and Sloppy Joe's, and I paired it with some tomatoes on the side. Alright everyone, thank you so much for coming to my What's for Dinner this week. I hope I inspired you by one of my 3 dishes. Alright, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are new to my channel. Comment down below and give me a thumbs up. Alright, I will see y'all on my next episode.